come and to give us a presentation so that we could understand where the money is going to. And one of the main questions that we had was, why do we pay twice as much as Greensville? Or Brunswick, sounds right, Brunswick. You know, and these were the questions that we were asking. And in June, the Improvement Association, nobody showed up to answer the questions. Now, every other organization that wanted money from the county came before us, pled their case, we looked at what they had, we looked at how it affected the citizens of Sussex County. We want to make sure we take care of every citizen in Sussex County. We looked at what they had, we evaluated what they had, we looked at their reports, we looked at their financials, we looked at the form that they sent into us, and if we needed further information, we asked them to come back. The Improvement Association simply failed to show up. Now, I don't know, based on little to no information, and looking to balance a budget, we had to cut people. And those that could not or did not and were unwilling to come before the board and to tell us where the money was going to that the Sussex citizens are giving to them, then they got cut. And that's just the facts. Now, if next year the Improvement Association wants $15,000 back, we'll come play by the same rules everybody else did. Show up at the meeting, don't have the county representative who sits on this board and your board, and quite frankly, Mr. Chairman, don't have you tell us in June you don't know where the money goes to when we ask the questions. This board is left with no alternative. Everybody has to have a level playing field, and I'm sympathetic with asthma, I have asthma myself, I'm sympathetic with all the stories. But the point is, when you're dealing with taxpayers' money, it has to be a level playing field. And we have to evaluate every penny and how it affects not only the children, but the adults in the county, how it provides jobs in the county. It's a lot of different aspects. None is more important than the other. But we have to evaluate that. And the simple matter of the fact is, Mr. Chairman, you're the CEO of the Improvement Association, and you failed to provide this board with enough information to make a decision. So we looked into your budget and said, look, you have $186,000 in your reserve fund. I think probably you can take $15,000 out of there and not hurt anybody. Now, worst case scenario. Worst case, well, you can laugh if you want to, but I'm not going to play around with citizens' money. I'm just not going to do it. And I'm not going to do it for your organization, and I'm not going to do it for anybody else's organization. The fact is, the numbers that you quoted tonight are that it's $1 million. That's $14,000 a child that you're helping. That means you lost one child. Now, if you care about that child, pull $15,000 out of your $186,000 reserve. It's not rocket science. We have not crippled your organization. And I tell you, I'm quite offended to be you up here accusing us that this board has somehow crippled the Improvement Association when this $15,000 you've now spent on children, on seniors, on adults, on mortgages, on rent, on utilities, on training. How far can you stretch $15,000, Mr. Chairman? No, no, I'm not finished. So, it's based on the facts. And the facts are, didn't provide the information. Therefore, we made a decision. That's the way it is. We want to take care of the children. We'll take care of everyone. But the organization that is requesting the funds has an obligation to the citizens of Sussex County to come before this board who represents the citizens of Sussex and to say, here's what we need the money for, here's what it's going to go to, and the simple fact of the matter is you didn't do it. So don't come back in hindsight now.
Mr. Chairman.
Well,
let me say this. I'm not going to say it, but Mr. Flood is not going to get the answer that he wants. No, I don't care who bring it. Because he has said that we, at the time of the budget, we didn't give him the information that he was looking for. And so we brought several staff from the agency and gave him a report. He wasn't satisfied with that. Came back again and gave another report. That wasn't satisfactory. Come back tonight, we gave him some report tonight. He's not satisfied with that. So everybody else seems to be quite satisfied with it. But now, it's okay if he don't agree with that. That's his privilege. And that's his prerogative. If he don't want to agree, that's fine. But we've been given all the facts that's right there. And the other thing is, you know, he don't determine, and this board doesn't determine how the agency is run. It's run by another board, run by the federal government and the state. They have a guideline that we have to comply with. And that's what we have to do. We have done that and come back and everybody has not given a report like the agency have given, but you accept that, but you can't accept this one.